Well, I've acquired this Tree CNC mill, and so I thought I would document the process of trying to get it operational and all the things that it takes to try to make it work. I got the mill. Came with these two large boxes here, which seem to be transformers, and so I have to be kind of figuring out where they go. In addition, came with this very nice rotary tool holder here, and so hopefully I'll have enough tools to fill that up. The model of the mill is a Journeyman 325, and there are quite a few posts in YouTube about people that have worked with it. And I found several forums that have a section on the tree mills, so hopefully I'll be able to figure out everything that it takes to make it operational. I've never used a CNC mill. I have an old Bridgeport manual mill, and I do some work with that, but I got a very favorable deal to pick this mill up, and I've always been interested in doing some CNC work, so we're going to figure out eventually over the coming days how to get that done. This is from the back of the mill, and you can see it's got these two big cabinets, and they're pretty much full of electronics, so we'll be having to figure out how to connect it to power and then try to bring it alive. Now the mill requires three-phase, 240 volt three-phase, and I don't have three-phase to my shop, so I think that the answer is I'll be picking up a rotary phase converter and using that to power the mill. Fortunately, I believe I have a pretty good set of manuals for it. I have an installation manual, I have a programming manual, so I'm hopeful that I'll be able to use those to help me get through the process of getting it operational. I believe that the mill ran up to about 2 years ago. Then it was disconnected from electricity and stored. So I believe it was operational, at least to some extent, at the point where power was removed. So I'm hopeful that it won't be just a lot of work to at least get it spinning. So the controller that's on this mill is the Dynapath Delta 20, and there's quite a bit of information on the web about that. So I'm hopeful that I'll be able to find my way through figuring out how to use it to control the mill, and then also how to talk to it with some kind of a 3D modeling program and actually do computer controlled machining of parts. So I'm back to work on trying to do the next stages and getting my mill up. First thing I did was I did some research on this big transformer, and it's for changing voltage from 208 or 218 to 230. Since we'll be 240 with our rotary phase converter here, we won't be needing to use this box, I believe. The other box that was on the stack before, I've moved it now because I've actually hooked it up to the mill. This is from the back corner. You can see it sitting under the edge there of this cabinet, and it actually wires in. It's a step-down transformer. It has an output of like 70 volts, and I'm not sure what it does, but there were wires to hook it up, so I connected it. About a 10-horse rotary phase converter would be a good one to use for this mill. Several people on the forums have used this with this mill with good results, so I ordered and got this 10-horse phase converter, and I spent the morning wiring it in. I just have it in temporarily because I'm not sure where I'm going to end up putting the mill once I have things kind of sorted out, but for now it's going to sit there against the wall, and that's the control panel right there. So I have it hooked up, and I'm going to go ahead and power things up, and we'll see if we can get the mill to start. We connect air to the mill. It has a pneumatic cutter release, and so it says in the directions I have, it says you have to hook up the air before you turn the mill on. So I have the air connected. There's a bit of a leak there, so I'm going to have to figure that out at some point, but at any rate the air is connected. I'm going to go ahead and turn the phase converter on, and we'll see, and I don't think you can see it there, but there's a voltage voltmeter there in the corner, and it's showing 240 volts now, so we'll go around and see if we can start the mill up. The first step, I guess, is to turn on the circuit breakers here. So, got those on. Now we're going to go over here, and there's a switch on the side of the controller that we're going to turn on. And next, I think, is this cycle start switch. So we'll push that. Okay, so now we've got a CRT that's alive. And it says no error in checksum, no error in RAM, diagnostics passed, power fail, and then it says replace battery to continue. I'll move this a little closer to see if we can see that. So I'm not too surprised that it says to replace the battery. Power has been removed to this mill for 2 or 3 years, and so I expected that the lithium battery would have been discharged. So that's the next step, is to find that and replace that. So the computer for the Dynapath seems to be in this side rack right here, and so down here is a cover for that goes over the computer. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get this cover off. Got it off, and I don't know where the power supply is here. I'm going to have to look things over a little bit. After some studying, I figured out that I'm actually not sure where the power supply is, but I see the lithium battery here. So it's on this card, and it's this piece right here. So I'm going to remove this card, or pull it out a little bit, and see if we can't take the battery out. So I got the card out a little bit. And then I think this is, yeah, so here's the battery. So I guess we'll go see if we can find one of those. Okay, well, I found a battery, so you can put this on now, put it in. Put this case back on now. I mean the cover. Now, we put power on and see what we've got. Okay, we've got that battery replaced. We're going to turn the controller on now and see if our warning and error is cleared. So, I don't know if you can read it or not, but it says no error detected in checksum, no error detected in RAM, diagnostics passed, push mode select to see menu. So I think we are done with getting our battery fixed. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up, and we'll pick up where we left off on the next one.